Hello and welcome to National Focus. I'm your presenter Mervin. Thank you for joining us. Coming up, the Honorable Prime Minister Dr. Roosevelt Skerrit defends the award of the contract to NSG for reconstruction of the West Bridge. 4-day training in capacity building ends in the Silver Lake community, and the Honorable Prime Minister engages residents of Layou. Stay with us for details of the headline stories and others after this.
A picture is worth 1,000 words. Got it? Taking care of us can be so easy.
Take good care of the children.
Thank you for staying with us. The Honorable Dr. Roosevelt Skerrit has responded to accusations made against the government of Dominica by the Joint Consultative Committee of the Construction Sector concerning the contract signed for the rehabilitation of the West Bridge between the government of Dominica and NSG Management and Technical Services from Barbados. On Monday, the committee held a press conference at the Public Service Union voicing their concerns. In an address to the nation on Tuesday, the Honorable Prime Minister Dr. Roosevelt Skerrit says government is committed to ensure that infrastructural development in Dominica is constructed to the highest standard.
Cabinet believed that it was critical that the government engage a company that was experienced in managing projects of this scale and complexity with the absolute need for delivery of the highest quality within the shortest possible time. This led to the engagement of NSG with its proven track record across the Caribbean in the areas that the Cabinet deemed important. It has been the experience of the government of Dominica that many contractors in the region want to bring their own equipment and manpower to the island, thereby denying the local construction industry opportunities to participate in the execution of public works projects. During our discussions, NSG was clear in their commitment to bring the experienced management team and to work with local firms in the execution of the project.
The Honorable Prime Minister noted that Dominicans will also be employed with the NSG Management and Technical Services Limited on the rehabilitation of the West Bridge.
They have agreed to a structure that enables the transfer of technology, systems, and general know-how, utilizing as much local labor, products, and services as possible. Additional resources will only be brought into Dominica by NSG when either it is essential so to do and when the resources are not available locally. And this is a very important point. So this idea of the government awarding a contract to a foreign company that will bring in labor, equipment, vehicles, etc., etc., at the expense of local service and product providers is categorically wrong.
The Dominica leader stated that 70% of the contract price will remain in Dominica as payment for products and services procured locally. The Prime Minister believes the building experience of NSG Management and Technical Services Limited will definitely be an asset to this project.
The advantage of a company such as this in an emergency situation as we have at the West Bridge is that it is in a position to call on professional expertise and to access and utilize the very latest technology and methodology in the execution of this assignment. So not only will the best of what Dominica has be employed and utilized, but the project will also be able to lean heavily on the North American and European connections of NSG.
The new dimensions of the West Bridge will be 176 feet in length, retaining wall 341 feet in length and 14 feet in height. In more news, the Honorable Prime Minister Dr. Roosevelt Skerrit on Monday met with the community of Layou to allow them to voice their concerns and needs which the government would try to assist with. The residents communicated the need for renovated public convenience, Fisher's Dock and Station, road rehabilitation between St. Joseph and Layou, assistance with the small businesses, and education assistance for college and university. The Honorable Prime Minister had this to say about their requests.
I give you the assurances that we will assist. We will assist with your washrooms, we will assist the fishermen. I'd like to see more of you take advantage of the small business support, and we'd like to improve the housing situation in life. And it can happen. But it can only happen if we work together, my friend. It can only happen if you avail yourself of the opportunities. You know, and for the young people, we have more opportunities now in education than we had 10, 15, 20 years ago. All of us who gets to grade 6 at a primary school has a space at a secondary school in Dominica. Every one of us. More of us have access to the college, to the state college. You know? But I would like to see more of you take advantage of university education. There are opportunities there.
The Honorable Dr. Skerrit also announced plans for the St. Joseph to Layou Link Road.
The government has recognized that. We have developed plans, drawings for this road. And as Minister of Finance, I have committed $2 million in the first instance to these two communities and so forth. You know, so we understand the importance both to yourselves there in Layou and of course the folks in St. Joseph. So $2 million have been set aside for this. The Ministry of, obviously with Erica, there are different priorities. We're trying to get some work done in some critical areas across the country. Once we would have set aside those contracts for those communities, for example, a number of places all over the country, Erica, then we'll give focus to, the Ministry of Public Works will give focus to this contract, and we'll see work started.
The Honorable Parliamentary Representative for the St. Joseph constituency, Kelva Daru, also revealed works to commence on the public convenience at Layou. He reported that the tender has already been acquired for works to begin by local contractor Hayden Mills. Meantime, the Honorable Prime Minister informed the community that there is a major program for Layou to include the construction of a facility which will serve as a hurricane shelter, community center, and resource center.
We contracted the loan from the Caribbean Development Bank. They've been pretty slow in the actualization, the actual causing the thing to actually happen. We're hoping that we can advance with them. We've been in discussions with them, and we can advance for the construction of the hurricane shelter, disaster shelter here in Layou. And we believe that it will be a major plus for you here in Layou, that you have a place that you can run to safety in the event that anything negative or bad were to happen to us here in Layou.
The Honorable Prime Minister encouraged residents to provide their parliamentary representative with their information and requests for sponsorship, small business development, and financial assistance for housing and other needs. The Honorable Parliamentary Representative Kelva Daru will be meeting with farmers on Thursday. Residents of Silver Lake completed 4 days of training in capacity building, and a number of topics were covered at the workshop. The workshop was undertaken by the Dominica Association of Local Community Authorities, DALCA, the Office of Disaster Management, the Local Government Department, and funded by the Canadian High Commission. A closing ceremony was held at the Silver Lake Community Center on Tuesday. Certificates of participation were given to the residents who actively took part in the workshop. Administrative Officer of the Dominica Association of Local Community Authorities, Vincent George, gave some information about some components of the Silver Lake Rehabilitation Project.
We are very happy to highlight the positive that is happening right now at Silver Lake. As you know, the rehabilitation project involved the capacity building training, which we are now completing. And you know that you have learned a lot throughout the 4 days. It involves the retrofitting of the public convenience, which is the Silver Lake Public Convenience. You know, the nice purple and orange building that you're seeing in the community. We want you all to take care of that building. And we have the construction of the retaining wall, the 50-foot retaining wall, which is at the back of the public convenience. This will help in land slippage and to protect the convenience from further land erosion. We are very happy, as my chairman will give you a further synopsis of what really went down in the project. And we are very thankful for the commitment of the Silver Lake people, the participation, and we want you to adhere to the standards in terms of sanitary practices.
Chairman of DALCA, Yolan John Jules, spoke briefly about what was covered over the 4-day period.
In this training, we covered a set of topics: disaster management. We also saw the overall role of each member of the disaster committee. You also covered the topic of environmental management practices, vector control, and you also learned about development of your community disaster plan, waste management, shelter management, and much more. So I hope that you put all what you learned into good use and make that a practice, because I came here a couple of times and I really heard what was being fed to you, and I know that what was being fed to you was good things.
John Jules encouraged participants to use what they were taught for the benefit of their community.
I say to you that the training will not just go on a shelf to pick up dust, because it is not a piece of paper. It is in your mind. That's what you learned. Whatever enters in your head, it stays there. So keep it there and put it into good practice.
You're watching National Focus. More when we return.
I had a bleeding disorder that I did not know about, and they had to be transfusing me continuously. I got 56 units.
Being there at the blood bank, I was like, yo, I'm actually saving someone's life.
You never know when you can go.
Give blood.
I have done it, and believe it or not, it don't hurt.
I won't be scared. I'll give. You know you're gonna give blood. I'll make sure she does.
Sit down at the blood bank in a comfortable environment for 45 minutes.
Helping people.
You are stimulating your body to make brand new cells.
You get free cookies, you get juice.
Glad to know your blood group. Feels good.
I felt as a better person.
It's a good thing to be alive, and I can thank God that I'm there and I'm enjoying life.
Welcome back. The Honorable Prime Minister Dr. Roosevelt Skerrit has promised Dominicans that his administration will complete the Roseau Enhancement Project. The project was designed to transform the city of Roseau into a modern and more attractive city. It will include the restoration of roads and bridges, the building of sidewalks, and the enhancement of lighting in the city. A groundbreaking ceremony for the first phase of the project, the reconstruction of the West Bridge, was held last Friday. The Prime Minister indicated that although the project has been somewhat delayed, his government will ensure its completion.
I cannot say to you decisively now where the financing will come from, but I am saying to you this evening that the Roseau Enhancement Program must and will be pursued and implemented. Because we cannot have a 21st century bridge at the entrance of a 19th century city. And since we are proceeding with this new age bridge, we have of necessity to also move forward with our plans to modernize the city. So from the outset this afternoon, I am making known the intention of this Dominica Labour Party administration to forge ahead, albeit at a reduced pace, with the upgrade and modernization of our capital city, Roseau.
The Honorable Prime Minister has plans for even further upgrades, which will involve the cooperation of private citizens and businesses in the city.
Additionally, we shall, in the lead up to the next budgetary process, commence in-depth discussions with commercial and residential property owners in Roseau, with a view to arriving at a regime of concessions for the systematic upgrade of privately owned properties in Roseau. There is nothing I dislike more than looking out my office window and seeing some of the tired and weather-worn roofs and structures of some buildings in Roosevelt.
Honorable Skerrit promised to say more on this in his Independence Day message later this year. The Prime Minister also encouraged Dominicans to take ownership of the new bridge when it is complete and to keep the city clean.
This new bridge and its environs will only be magnificent and majestic if we adopt a deliberate consciousness and practice to keep it that way. If Dominicans do not litter this bridge and its environs, visitors to Dominica will not litter this bridge or its environs either. It is as simple as this. In the process, we shall have its picture-perfect beauty still manifested months and years after its installation and commissioning. That is what great cities are made of, ladies and gentlemen. Not just steel and concrete, but pride and maintenance.
The first draft of the National Physical Development Plan, which is to govern the appropriate use of land in Dominica for the next 20 years, was presented today to stakeholders and members of the press. The project, which was conceptualized in 2010 and approved for funding by the Caribbean Development Bank in 2014, comprises two phases. Phase 1 was the preparation of the National Land Use Policy, which ran from December 2014 and was completed in May 2014. This process involved consultation with government departments and agencies and a few private sector organizations and individuals. The policy was approved by Cabinet in May 2015, and that cleared the way for the commencement of the National Physical Development Plan, which is Phase 2. At today's consultation, consultant Rory Bash of Dillon Consulting Limited noted that the consultancy is to allow as much stakeholder feedback as possible. Bash commented that the plan helps give guidance when it comes to planning development of these centers and beyond.
Any subject matter of any kind related to planning, ultimately where something's going to touch the ground, part number 5 says something about it, whether it's the forest or the natural environment, whether it's agriculture, whether it's housing or industry, or any of those interrelationships between those things. You'll find that the plan covers, in part 5, all of those subjects. In some way, shape, or form, guidance is provided so that when we're doing development or we're thinking about conservation, the National Physical Development Plan says something about it. And I think it's very comprehensive in that regard and provides guidance to all different types of government agencies, to private developers, be it large or small, and even to the individual citizen looking to build a house. All of the things in the National Physical Development Plan apply to any type of situation.
Another aspect of the policy deals with strengthening the process of planning permission.
It's really important to use planning permission as the mechanism to get the plan working and functioning, because unless someone is actually seeking planning permission, we don't have an opportunity to use the plan. And so that's the whole concept in the first half of part number 6, is to say that we have to move Dominica and we have to move the mindset of everyone into an understanding that planning permission needs to be the regular order of business as opposed to just developing wherever someone decides they want to develop or build. And everybody involved in developments, be you a real estate agent or a surveyor or a lawyer, or you know the person that even has the building supply stores that sells timber and concrete, all of those people need to help. They need to help be part of this process of strengthening the relationship of planning permission. And the more that we can get planning permission to be the regular course of business in Dominica, the better this plan can actually achieve what it intends to achieve.
The consultant concluded by reiterating the importance of these consultations, as the policy is one they have deemed by the people, for the people.
The last component of the plan is part number 7, and this recognizes that at key intervals into the future, Dominica needs to pause and say, is the plan doing what we hoped it to do? And that is really falls on the shoulders of the Physical Planning Division. So every 5 or 10 years, we expect physical planning is going to pause and say, how is this plan working for us? Are we getting the type of development that we want? Are we seeing growth guided in the way that we believe the plan expects it to go? Do we need to alter or adjust the plan so that we can do better into the future? So part number 7 talks about a series of different multi-sector indicators that would help physical planning report back to stakeholders and the government about how well the plan is performing and whether or not the plan needs to be revised or amended in any way. And ultimately, we can be able to demonstrate that the plan that we've prepared that is intended to guide Dominica forward into the next 20 years is actually getting us the results that we hope it is intended to do.
And that's news. McPherson St. Luce comes up next with the Creole highlights.
Alors tout le monde, bienvenue à cette nouvelle en créole. Non, moi, c'est McPherson St. Luce. Premièrement, contrat que le gouvernement a awardé à la compagnie NSG pour bâtir un pont neuf en Roosevelt. Projet ça là qui est bien moderne. Projet ça là qui aussi prend en considération travail pour un gros miroir à ce bordage Layou Roosevelt. Ministère pour Planning, Honorable Dr. John Colin McIntyre, bien plaisir pour le projet là.
Pour ça que voiture qui allait à tuer à ville à Roseau, voiture qui quitte, c'est ce qui est en tout ligne. Et bien qui est comme si des sec fit pour monde passer à ce côté. Et bien nous quand manger nous mis à qui tomber côté l'église là comme si des soins cinétés chimère là un petit caillou pour jouer dormir. Nous quand manger c'est mis ça avec nous quand tirer tout wash toutes ces vieilles qualités bail en bagaille comme ça tout ça qui accumule là qui fait la vie haussée non pour faire plus damage. So je donne mon quota pour Dominique, mon quota pour Roseau. Et puis mon quota ça comme si nous avons un bon bagaille pour Dominique actuellement parce que nous ni pour manger am city ça yo qui Roseau parce que Roseau sont belle ville ils sont leur taille là mais nous quand Dominique là pas partir nous quand manger et ben nous commencer ça nous dit nous que faire ka pour tita on ka passer et ben nous décider nous ka faire bail plus fort ba nous so mon bien mon quota pour tout le monde Dominique mon quota pour mon Roseau mon quota avec moi de ces monde là you ni pour continuer catcher qui gouvernement qui primaire and qui primaire gouvernement c'est gouvernement Dominique là pas partir avec Monsieur Skerrit, ça c'est go boug là, qui a chébé bail pour nous courir avec nous là et puis pour courir et puis Dominique va partir pour flipper mer pour Dominique.
On a une nouvelle ministère pour Public Works, Honorable Mervin Blanchard, qui a fait parole que le gouvernement qui a signé contrat et puis compagnie locale pour bâtir plusieurs projets qui Erika détruit l'année passée. Selon Honorable Blanchard, ministre Public Works qui travaille autant web depuis Erika. Ministre Blanchard dit un mois qui passait, ministre a aussi voué tender pour 3 projets qui a coûté $7 millions. Ce travail là, c'est pour retaining wall, drench, rivière et pour paver chemin. Ministre Blanchard aussi fait parole qui contrat qui signe pour bâtir pont York Valley qui a tapé 6 ponts financiers hors People's Republic of China, l'argent grant, l'argent nous parle pour pave way, travail qui a commencé après 4 mois. Et un autre projet selon ministre Blanchard, c'est chemin West Coast qui a aussi tapé 6 ponts hors People's Republic of China. Et puis finalement, l'argent que la Banque latine fait avec là pour désastre, vulnerability et puis changement climatique, on a dépensé pour poursuivre ordinateur qui plusieurs départements gouvernement bénéficient. Parole cela sur le ministre Everyone, Honorable Dr. Kenneth Darrow.
More equipment ça, nous can distribute equipment ça pour 13 différents départements gouvernement et ministry. So ça cérémonie a été compté comme Health and Environment because ça c'est ministry qui a manage project là. Mon handover equipment là pour ministry Information Technology parce que yo déjà un project là assez devait garder qui département gouvernement besoin qui equipment pour essayer pour aider yo faire travail primaire est pour ces monde qui pour faire avec désastre avec climate change.
Messieurs, mesdames, ça c'est tout pour nouvelles en créole pour à présent. Non moins c'est McPherson St. Luce. Au revoir.
You have been following your diet for a whole week. Way to go. Now it's time to start tracking your progress and make sure pesky pounds don't find their way back on. It's best to step on the scale in the morning before eating or drinking and prior to plunging into your daily activities. For the most reliable number, be sure to check your poundage at a consistent time, whether daily or weekly. And that's it for National Focus for this evening. Drop us an email at gis@dominica.gov.dm or visit our website news.gov.dm. You could like our Facebook page, facebook.com/GIS News Dominica, and follow our Twitter at GIS Dominica. You can also catch up on past National Focus newscasts on our GIS Dominica YouTube channel. Live streaming is also now available 24 hours a day. From all of us here on the news production team, I'm Mervin. Thanks for watching, and join us again next time for National Focus.